Summertime, gotta love it. Yeah, look, you a 50 piece, way more than a dime. This feeling right here is one of a kind. I don't wanna rush with making you mine. I hope we don't get lost in the summertime. 50 piece, way more than a dime. This feeling right here is one of a kind. I don't wanna rush with making you mine. I hope we don't get lost in the summertime. Yeah, feeling like I knew you in another life. Spiritual connection got us feeling right. If things go left and we lose sight, I hope we go back to those nights when everything was fresh and so pure. Caught in the vibe with no cure. Can we make it last? I'm not sure.
What's up, everybody? This is Mosaic Union Podcast, episode 7. And we're back with another episode. And I got my co-hosts with me, Tab and Aaliyah. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Hey y'all, what's up everybody? I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Very good. Glad to be here.
Made it another week.
Amen.
Thank God for small favors.
Come on.
I am grateful.
Yeah.
Come on.
Anything exciting happen for y'all during the week?
Get it off your chest.
No, I have nothing exciting, but I made it through the week, so amen again. That's all I got to say.
At this point, we live boring lives over here.
Hey, boring is a blessing. As much stuff as people go through all the time, I think I'll do with a little mundane.
Right.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it was boring, but it was really exciting. I don't know. What is normal? I mean, my week was pretty good. We ended off June, right? Happy July. So yeah, it's pretty low key. I mean, y'all know what I've been doing. I've been packing and, rearranging, preparing to move and preparing for, New York Fashion Week. So that's all I'm doing is trying to stay sane, to be honest.
I feel you.
Try to say to maintain. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Did I tell y'all about my new park or when I go for my walks or no? So I started, y'all know I was doing a little trail in the woods and everything first. And
Right.
then I went to Centennial Park here in Nashville. And it's way bigger, way like spacious, and it's open. And it has a little pond. So that's been my safety place over there where I just relax. I've been going there like late at night and just chilling. Probably around like 9 or 10, just chill out there. The other night I was out there till like 1 o'clock. Just chilling.
Wow.
It's the water. It's like anything about the water it's relaxing for me. So
I agree.
decompress and everything. So
yeah, no. Being by the beach is like my second home. It's just nice.
yeah.
For real.
Yeah, you gotta give us a tour sometime.
Oh yeah, I can definitely. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely post some videos and maybe drop it on the YouTube or something.
Okay.
As you should. Water's my element, so if it's got anything to do with water, I'm there for it. So yeah, especially like going on cruises, like being out there in the big body of water. Like I don't know, it's just something about being by any body of water, lakes, pools. Yeah, water's definitely my element. So yeah.
Okay, big Cancer sign.
I know, right? Hey, you're a water sign too, though, Scorpio.
Yeah, Scorpio.
Is Gemini like an air sign?
Don't give me the line. I don't know. I told you no one taught me this stuff. I've been trying to learn from you. I think it's the Earth. What is the Earth? Yeah, Earth. Yeah, I think so.
I can't tell you either. I know
about
a few of them.
Yeah, look, I don't know a lot of them. I learned what I need to learn.
What sign is Gemini?
Come on.
Gemini's zodiac element is air.
Air. That's how I feel about Aquarius. It sounds like a water sign, but it's an air sign. Like, how does that work out?
I know Aquarius does sound like it should definitely be aquamarine-ish or something.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just here trying to breathe.
I'm learning. Because my granny's a Gemini, so I'm like, yeah. And then you got your sun, your moon, and your rising. It's so confusing, but that's gonna have to be a whole nother podcast.
Oh yeah. I know my big three just because I was curious. And now it
Exactly.
makes complete
All I know
sense.
about that is that that cartoon from back in the day. Uh,
Hmm.
what was it called? Where they had all the elements.
Avatar.
No, it had Earth, Wind, and the Fire, and what is all that? What was that cartoon?
I was like, how you got me thinking about music?
I'm
Earth,
about to
Wind, and
say
Fire.
Avatar is the only thing I know. The Last Airbender.
No, it was an
Elementals?
old cartoon that used to come on back in the day.
Fire.
But I'm
I
gonna
have
have to
no
look it
idea.
up.
I know the
Oh, I'm
band Earth,
thinking.
Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, I know them too.
I got y'all all thrown off track now. My
Right.
bad. What's up, Ashley? I see you in the chat. She says she a fire sign.
Okay, fire sign. I
That's
don't know
what's
nothing
up.
about those either.
Fire signs is like Leos and
I will
hold
be
on, what is
launching
she?
all day.
Libras, things like that, I guess.
Leos and Libra's a fire sign.
No, I don't know. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay. I
Ashley's birthday is in
was
what? April?
Who?
Ashley's. I'm trying to remember when her birthday is. Her birthday in April, March?
who?
No, April's is Aries,
Ashley.
Aries, and March is Aries. I know that because
Yeah,
my
Aries,
sister's
but
Aries.
if it's a fire sign,
Yeah, my
she'll tell us
Okay.
sister's
in a
Aries, and
minute.
her birthday is
See,
April
that's another
the
one that throws me off. Aries should be air.
18th.
Right?
I'm telling you.
It should be. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, I know April
Interesting.
18th, all I know is Aries, because that's when my sister's, and March 30th is Aries, because that's my best friend. So that's all I know. I
Okay.
don't know what other parts of
Oh, okay. See, yeah. Emmy's a Pisces. She's March 11th, and my mom was March 21st. So that's why that is.
Pisces.
That's
That's
why I
right.
be so
Jessica was a
confused.
Pisces. Man.
Yep. She
And
is.
that's my moon sign.
Mm-hmm.
y'all about to start talking over my head. Captain Planet. That's it. Ashley,
Captain Planet and the
there you go.
Planeteers is the show, Bama.
Right.
Oh, snap. Because you know that
I
would have
knew
been
it.
working your nerves for a
It
few
really
hours.
was. It was pissing me off. I was about to say, hold on, time out podcast.
I know it. Because I hate when that happens to me. Shout out to Ashley for coming through.
Right?
Yes. Captain Planet and the Planeteers. That's
I would have never
Devon
spit that
Shade.
out. I definitely
That
didn't
was
watch
almost
it.
before my
So.
time.
Not almost.
Yes,
Land before
just a
time.
little bit. I think by maybe a year or two. Maybe. That I don't remember that show. Well, I remember his haircut because he got a hot top. That's right. And that's about it.
I just remember the earth, wind, and all that dramatics and stuff.
Oh wait, you can
And
remember
that's
that, but
probably
you
why I
can't
didn't
remember
watch it.
Avatar the Airbender.
I never got into none of that.
Oh.
And that was just
No.
one of the cartoons I watched. I didn't grow up watching a lot of cartoons
Why?
because
Cartoon Network.
my brothers and sisters are so much older than me. The one that's closest to me, the brother, we're 7 years apart.
Uh-huh.
So I was watching Boy Meets World, Family Matters, and things like that.
Yeah.
But I was never watching cartoons. They wouldn't let me watch it.
That's
The only
cold
thing I
blooded.
watched was Pikachu, Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
Captain Planet. I watched Arthur.
That was my show.
Come
After
on.
school every day. And the what was it? The Magical School Bus.
Yeah,
Yes.
Magic School Bus.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was it.
Man,
Oh,
you
yeah,
missed
you
out
missed
on
out
a
on a
whole
lot.
childhood.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna
people
need you to
ask me, did
recap.
you ever watch Family Guy? I was like, nah, I don't watch cartoons. They'd be like, it's not a cartoon.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh,
start
you missed
watching
out on some
Family
real
Guy
I
till I
feel
was
culture.
like
smart.
it's a cartoon because I never experienced a cartoon and I never experienced anime. So like, it's
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Aaliyah got me into never really got me into it, but I like the Dragon Ball Z stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that is, you got to catch up on some things.
Some
But I
major
didn't
things.
I didn't even get into what was American Dad, Family Guy until I met
Mhm.
Mark. And then I caught myself singing the theme song and I was just like, oh Lord, I have changed. But
Yes.
it's just like the things you get exposed to because of your culture or the people that are around you. And it's just like, I would have never watched this, or like Big Bang Theory. At first I thought that was so
Yes.
lame, but then I don't know, it hung on me.
Yeah, no, honestly, I believe that kids need just a little bit of cartoons in their lives just to have that childhood realization animation.
Yeah.
Rugrats was another one because Chucky was like,
Rugrats, thank you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Little Rascals, Rugrats,
Yes, Little
all
Rascals.
that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Clifford Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh yeah.
Now, see, that's one I didn't watch. I know
I
about
watched
that one, but I
that,
didn't
and
watch
then I got
that
to
one.
watch the movie, the the new one, the digitized
Yeah.
one or whatever, like with the because the graphics on that was really cool. Like you could see the hairs and everything on him.
Okay.
Ashley says she saw
Fur.
Magic School Bus on Tubi. I'm about to start watching that.
You
Oh
can
yeah, you need
find
to
all your
heal your inner child
all your
and watch all that.
cartoons on some sort of streaming platform nowadays. I mean, it's on all of them. You can find some sort of cartoons.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna make the kids watch Cinderella because Bama made me realize I need to have my kids watch that one. You know, the Whitney Houston one. I'm gonna make them watch all that stuff, all of it.
Hey, you got to make them watch the Temptations. That's a rite of passage.
Oh my God.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Hey, you
Oh
gotta
Lord.
watch the Jackson story.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Life changing. You gotta
Did
watch
y'all
it
know
all.
that boy?
Tales from the Crib.
Okay,
No,
before we get into this,
Oh God, no. Oh, I hate that show. Ooh.
I can see his fingers now.
before we get into this, do y'all know the little boy that played Michael Jackson in the show, in the movie or whatever? The one that played on Smart Guy, the big brother.
Yeah.
Did you know? Y'all knew he sung Simba, like the songs for Simba.
That man, yes. Because of
Yeah,
his mama, he is getting
yeah,
paid
that's what I
to
was just
this
about to
day.
say that. So like they offered him $2 million just to make those two songs for
Right.
Simba. And back then, of course, that would have been like 4 million for us now. But
Right.
his mom, she was all like, nah, why don't you just give us like 100K and get us royalties for it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did. And he's been getting paid off that for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his
Still
life.
getting checks. And with the remakes and all that, like he still
Right.
checks. So
Right.
Yeah,
his
remake it
mom.
how you want it, sugar coated. You can have somebody else sing it, but pay me my money.
Exactly. Give
Shout
me
out to
my
his mom.
dinero.
What was his name? Jason Weaver?
Yeah, Jason Weaver.
Yeah.
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 Man, that's what I'm talking about, making a legacy. If I ever have kids, I fully
I
intend to do the
know how to
same
work
thing.
this thing. That's what I
Yes.
don't want to let my
And I
kids
just
down. So
realized
I'm
he
gonna
was
do
the
it
one
right.
that sang on that Chingy song.
Yeah.
The
Bringing
One
me
Color
back.
Way song.
Oh, is that what it's called? I thought it was called Bringing Me Back. Oh, that was just in the chorus.
Yeah, the One Color
Okay.
Way. You want to come roll with me? The only
Oh
one
no,
color way. That song?
that's two different songs. So he was on two different ones, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know about the other one. I just know that one.
Okay, I know that one.
Yeah.
Don't get me to lie. Granny is
And
old now.
Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
The Holiday Inn. Oh my God, he wasn't on that one, but I remember that
I was
song.
about to say, was he on that
I
one?
was just thinking of like other songs that he did.
I
Yeah,
used to sing that in high
right, because you know
school.
he only had like 3. I would have been just like Tinky. Let me be like Tinky. Give me 2 or 3 good songs. I'm
One
good.
hit wonder, 15 minutes of fame, whatever. I
Come
don't
on.
really care. I
Right,
mean,
because like Juvenile, nobody
Exactly.
care about any of his other music besides back that ass up. Like, and that's all he got to worry about. Back that ass up
He's
for the
gonna be
rest of
paid for the rest of his life.
But he got all these other music
Mm-hmm.
genres and stuff like songs, but nobody don't really care about that.
Nope, just that one song. Hey, as long as it pays me, I don't give a damn.
Exactly. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into scroll therapy.
I'll read all right. Scroll therapy.
Y'all ready for this?
I guess.
All right. Not the I guess. All right.
All right. So I cried walking home after my hairstylist berated me.
Mm.
Ooh. I cried walking home after my hairstylist berated me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So y'all females tell me how y'all feel about this. Let me tell y'all the backstory. All right. So I'm a 31-year-old female. Have been going to the same hairstylist for about a year now. I think she messed this up. I'm 31, but I'm very small with braces and mostly people think I'm 19. My hairstylist prices have been ridiculously expensive. I haven't been able to go in every 2 months like I usually do, so now it's been every 2 years. My first appointment this year, she was kind of snippy, kind of correcting my speech. I have braces and I'm working on getting my words out better. And the vibes were just kind of weird. I went back to her and because she does good work. I take meds for my tumor. The meds make my hair fall out in the front and the middle of my head. Um, and she's been helping me with that. I went to get my hair done recently, and she scolded me about not coming every month like I used to. Told me I was asking dumb questions, reminded me how bald I was, and told me it was stupid to have inspiration pictures when I bring it in to show her. And I'm just sitting here being polite, and I tip well, so I'm always confused as to why she acting like this. So when I was done, she started smiling and did and uh, small talks conversation about summer plans, and then sent me on my way. I can barely get a goodbye out before I was holding back tears. I left halfway and walked home. My husband had to pick me up right down the street from my house because I walked home. I didn't want him to see me crying and want him to know that what she just did to me, and I still paid her. What would you do in my situation?
Not that little laugh. Okay, first.
I would have cussed out from head to toe. You got me up. I probably would have went to jail because I would have reached across that counter and snatched whatever wig that she's got on top of her head. This is your client. And she's sitting over there ragging that little girl out. Like, I can see if she did something to her, but she's mad because she didn't come on a regular basis. She didn't ask about her health, how she's doing. Oh, no. She's extremely unprofessional. I just find a new stylist if I were her. That's it, bottom line.
That part.
Oh.
Yeah. First of all, I get it. You're building up a, reputation and a relationship with, this it becomes a partnership because this is the business, this is the person providing the service, but yet you're the client, you're still a human being. So I get it. There may have been a treatment plan for her hair and her journey, but if this person has a health condition that's causing her hair to give her all these issues, you should be aware of that. You should be considerate of that. Sounds like she's frustrated for her own personal reasons. Yeah, you might have missed out on some money because this person didn't show up to all these appointments. But in all honesty, if it wasn't her health that was keeping her away, and if she hasn't been there in a year, I don't understand why there wasn't or if there was some type of consultation so she would be, everybody knows what they're getting themselves into. But yeah, she probably would have got cussed up and upside down. She probably would not have gotten paid. My husband would have definitely picked me up at the front door, curbside assistance, because she would have been crying before I left that building. Let's just say that.
Yes.
But I don't let people do my hair that I don't have a relationship with or a connection with. I don't let everybody play in my hair, as the old folks say, right?
Right.
So first things first, I would have picked up on that chick's vibes and would have never came back. So I don't know, when you're in a vulnerable situation, and she obviously felt comfortable because she came back to this person, but yeah, don't ever go back to that, and don't tolerate that. Don't let people play with you. Don't let people play in your head, your heart, your emotions, your feelings, none of that. Like, are you serious? You're a whole human being. You trying to take care of yourself, some self-love, some self-care. That costs money. That's an investment. You're going to respect me as such. I'm going to keep it moving. But I would have hurt her feelings.
Oh, yeah. No. Bottom line is that she was wrong. You don't do people like that. She doesn't know that young lady or her situation. Again, that's extremely unprofessional. Especially there's other clients around her, and that's what you're leading by example, that you're going to mistreat her because she hasn't been around for a couple of months. No, my first indication is to ask, okay, if you don't mind, where have you been? Catch me up. What's been going on? And she's going to pick on her during the whole entire appointment when you go to the salon. That's supposed to be your relaxing time. You're supposed to get away. A woman loves getting her hair done for that very reason. She would have me bent all kinds of ways.
Yeah, that was. Yep. I don't know. I can't speak, but yeah, I wouldn't have let her talk to me that way.
But yeah, I know you wouldn't.
It'll be different though because like I'm a male and that's a female, so like, but she definitely ain't gonna talk to me that way.
Right.
But if it was a male, we would have had to take it outside.
Mm.
That part.
Ah, me.
Yes,
Because
Ashley, I did watch that.
I know he would have said something out the way and it would have escalated.
Well, she did it to herself. That's all I can say. There's no reason that she should have opened her mouth to go sideways at that young lady. That type of behavior bothers me.
Right. Mind. All right. Let's see what we got next. What Ashley say? What the comments saying?
She was asking if we ever watched Dinosaurs. Not the mama. And I loved that show. That was also an after school show I
Yes.
love watching. Girl, yes, because in the mornings it was Saved by the Bell, things like that, Mr.
Saved
Rogers.
by the
But after
Bell. Oh
school, it
my
was them good
god.
old shows.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Bama
Who
would have been in
would have thrown
jail.
them hands?
Bama, because
Oh yeah.
Bama's a fighter. He'd have been in the jail. In the jail.
I mean, I done retired.
Kind of.
No, I ain't gonna sit up there and lie and say I retired. I'm just on vacation.
Oh.
Just vacation.
Don't be doing that shit in New York.
Just don't
Don't do it on the boat.
Don't
I can't help you.
There is a jail on the cruise ship.
There's jail on there, and he'll get sent
I don't
back.
plan on going to the morgue or the jailhouse on that cruise ship. I can promise you.
I'm not jail bait. I can't do it.
Wait, so a jail on the
You heard me.
A jail?
There's a jail or an area for jail.
Yeah, it's called a brig.
Yeah.
Or they will lock you in your room, and then they'll have somebody sit outside your room so you can't go anywhere. And then when you get to either a port or back home, depending on where the incident occurred, they will have cops or some sort of authority come get you off of that ship and take you to whatever detention facility that they designate that you need to go to. So that means that you can end up in Mexico in a Mexican jail until you get flown back to the U.S.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I ain't jail bait. You're gonna be on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the plan.
No,
not at all. So usually when you in those areas, I mean, we've seen people crawl back to their staterooms because they were so inebriated.
Right.
But it's like you be around so many people that are having a good time. I really find it hard unless you're going through some things you just can't go through. Why you would be out there in such a bad mood? I don't know. It changes my whole vibe, I can tell you.
Yeah, no. Some people get so liquored up that can't handle it. They get aggressive when they drink heavily, and then they want to fight, and which is what I don't understand. Why are you even drinking if you know that you get that way?
Yeah, maybe you need to leave them spirits alone.
Thank you.
Them spirits don't like you. What are you doing?
Yeah, no. Cruise is all about fun. I want to get my first ever manicure, but no, absolutely nothing help.
So,
trying to figure out the last part of
they
that
want to get their
question.
first ever manicure. You know what? This is interesting.
Yeah, so basically she want to get her first.
Oh, but I know.
But she don't know.
nothing.
She don't know anything about it.
Okay.
All right, this is what she said now. I'm 22 years old. Have never had a single manicure in my life. My boyfriend wants to take me since he often takes his mom for pedicures and manicures. I was thrilled, but I also know absolutely nothing. So when my boyfriend started booking a time, he started asking me about full sets, gel, color powder, and whole bunch of other stuffs. I told him I think about it because I had no clue what to say. But I've honestly just been frantically trying to figure out what was going on. I did do a little research into what I like, and something like Rummy's nails in K-pop demon hunters. Wait, demons, not demons now. Specifically on the gold ones at the end, but maybe a bit longer since I have very short nails. Any help would be appreciative. So I'm pretty sure this one over here is going to know all about that because I have no clue what it's talking about either. So I'm not even going to sit up there and lie to you, girl.
Girl, tell that man you want you a full set of soft gels and you want some chrome tips, gold chrome tips. Okay, first of all, there's YouTube. But if you've never done this before, you don't want it to be overwhelming. Like, just research. Like, ask the mama. That's who you need to get in good with. If you take her all the time, she gonna know exactly what you need to do and which nail tech to do it for you. But that's what I would do if that was my first time ever. Or you can start off with a manicure, a Russian manicure, whatever. But if you want gold tips and all that, and this is your first time, and he paying for it,
Come
girl,
on.
get you some Gel X.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's not going to be rough on your nails. It's healthier. There's no scents. There's no odors. And you can, they're just very versatile. But yeah, there's polygel, there's acrylic, there's soft gels, there's Gel X, there's hard gels. There's, so many options. Girl, you better YouTube it.
Yes.
Figure out what you like. And switch it up every 3 weeks.
Yes. Come on, nail tech.
What you got to say, Aaliyah?
I don't have a lot of context to add because I get my nails done. I don't do them. So everything that Tabitha relayed in her response is actually true. Make sure to get your nails regularly done to do the upkeep. I can't talk, my bad. Because these bad boys will grow out on you. They'll get caught up on something, then you're back at square one because your whole nail bed is gone. But yeah, no, I agree with what Tabitha said.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good answer from the nail tech.
Yeah. Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Alrighty, on to the next. My girlfriend thinks I'm being shandy because I've been more generous lately. What did you do?
He meant to say shady, but he put.
I was about to say,
Well,
that's a little shandy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, why are you shady? Are you cheap? Are you
About
normally
for
cheap?
your
You in the
information, I just
doghouse?
copy and paste the questions and put it on here. Next time I need to start proofreading.
No, different people have different slang, so I don't know. I mean, that's what it say. You just never know, right? So,
Right.
but hey,
Because I
shady.
believe shandy is an actual word. That's why I was like, what do you mean by shandy?
Okay, because
All right, so the backstory is, so this is weird, but my girlfriend, 24, why they always tell the age? I mean, I guess they got to give context. But
that
she's
helps.
24, is basically, I'm 26, hiding something from her, and it is starting to mess with our bond. For context, we've been together for 2 years, and she knows I'm pretty careful with my money. Not cheap, but definitely not the type to check, but definitely the type to check my bank before buying anything over $50. LOL. Lately, though, I've been able to be more generous, like picking up dinner tabs, getting her flowers randomly. Says yes to a bunch of expensive brunch spots. Normally, that normal BF stuff, but apparently it's suspicious behavior. She keeps asking me where the extra money is coming from. And when I try to brush it off, she gets more paranoid. Yesterday, she straight up asked me if I was dealing drugs or had a sugar mama. What the fuck? I mean, sorry. WTF, WTF LMAO. She's even been checking my phone when she thinks I'm not looking. The thing is, the reason I have more income is kind of random and hard to explain without sounding like I'm making it up. But also, it's not really her business how I spend my money, right? I don't know. I should just tell her the whole story. Or if she's being weird and controlling, like I'm literally just trying to treat my girl better and somehow that's a red flag, maybe I should let her go. Has anyone else dealt with this before? How do you handle a partner who gets suspicious when you're doing good things for them?
Well, I kind of get where she's coming from just because the last statement that he made, that he said it will be hard for him to explain where it's coming from. Like, where is it coming from where you can't outright explain what? Did you get a promotion? Do you have a side job? Is it something illegal?
Right.
Because I'm trying to figure out, and her getting suspicious out of nowhere. Are there any red flags you've been showing to make her suspicious?
Well,
Or
the red flag is he just started showing her all these new signs that she hasn't been used to. So I
when?
Okay, so then that's it. So he got some explaining to do, and she's got every valid reason to question it because for one, y'all been together for 2 years. At that point, you should be buying a ring, but you're buying other things, right? So if that's what you want to do, and this is a new change, then she should embrace that. But if you're paranoid and you scared because you don't know what he's doing and you don't know who you laying next to, then maybe you should get a private investigator because I have seen it where he can be doing all type of crazy stuff, a serial killer, and the woman ain't got a clue. So she right to question certain things, but if you trust this man, then give him the opportunity to explain. But if he don't want to explain and she ain't trustworthy or you think she ain't no ride or die anyway, maybe it ain't nothing you need to tell her about. But depending on the dynamics of that relationship, there's separate accounts, there's joint accounts, and if the bills are being paid, the extra money that is in your account ain't none of that person's business, in my opinion. But if all of a sudden you are, being more lavish, more expressive with your finances, then maybe you should explain, oh, I got this bonus. Oh, I've been hacking computers. Oh, I, robbed such and such. Maybe you should explain, give her an opportunity to understand who you are and whether that's something she want to deal with or not.
Yeah,
Because the
no,
gifts don't really
I
matter.
agree. I agree. But in that same context, you just reminded me of a housewife that ended up going to jail. No, actually, that wasn't a housewife. That was one of the mob wives. Ended up going to jail because her husband was doing stuff for the mob,
you
and
talking about
she
Big
would
Ange?
get
That's
the books.
exactly what I'm talking about.
And
Big
she
Ange?
claimed that she didn't know where that money was coming from.
Was it
So,
Because some chicks don't care where the money is coming from as
but
long as the bills
she
is
she
getting
did,
paid.
and she just did a job. But at the same time, you know that this money is coming in from some place.
Thank you.
Now
And if you're
with it,
smart enough, you're going to figure it out. There's paper
right,
trail, sweetheart.
right, yeah. Trust your instincts. That's all I got to say on both sides of that
That.
situation.
was
Rather
that?
than go through the drama. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, was that Big Ange?
No, that wasn't Big Ange. That was one of the younger girls
Drea.
that came on
No,
later
I'm just playing.
on. She was married to an old guy.
Oh, wait, didn't Big Ange go to the upper room?
Yes, she did. She
Yes,
passed the
she
brain
did. Because
cancer.
I used to watch when it was, what was it, Drita? And
Yeah.
what was the other lady's name? Yeah, because I used to watch them. Drita was
Drita,
a
Karen
bad one.
Gravano,
Karen, yeah.
Renee.
Speaking,
The
speaking of the upper room,
Grazianos.
speaking of
Yes.
the upper room, did y'all hear about Marge?
Who?
Marge Simpson.
Mm,
They
Marge,
done, they done unallowed her off the show?
she done went to the upper room and nobody told me nothing.
Ain't
Ain't nobody
nobody
told
told
me
me
nothing.
nothing.
What you
Nobody
They're
mean?
told
sitting
me
over there
nothing. I
talking
had to
about she
find out.
going up yonder.
I had to
Jesus.
find out on the tick and the talk.
Yes.
Nobody
I
ain't tell
saw the
me.
whole obituary. Ooh, I was sick to my stomach. I'm like, what
Mm,
you
mm.
mean?
Now,
Marge?
what happened to her? Never
I
mind. We
don't
getting
know.
all
I
off
just know that
subject.
they said she went on up to the upper room and they ain't tell me.
Right. And I saw Bart and Lisa. They were older, but they were both crying. And
Mm.
I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, she done gone home to glory.
Oh my goodness. So I
I'm
wonder
so
if D.
serious.
Trump gonna pass away this year. Because
Not
the
Marge.
citizens is right about everything.
Not Marge. Not Marge.
Not Marge, Jesus.
Not
Why,
Auntie
Lord?
Marge.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, been around all this time. Is she just gonna leave us?
Oh
She
Lord,
was so young.
I gotta drink.
1 minute remarks, please. 1 minute remarks only. I'm not gonna fool y'all today. I'm not.
I don't even know why they say that. You know somebody gonna get up there for 5 to 10 minutes talking about their whole life
Boo-hooing and
story.
lying
And
and
then would have
crying.
started singing the damn song like.
Oh Lord. Old stomach in there growling. I'm trying to get to the repast. Get off the pulpit right now.
Oh
Sweating
my
and
God.
screaming and things.
Woo!
Whew. All right, so we're gonna dive into this last question because we done cut up and carried on for too long.
I'm in love with my ex-husband's brother. Oh,
Yeah.
no, no.
The ex-husband's brother.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Girl, you trifling.
Y'all
Yeah,
ready
you
for-
trifling.
Y'all know the whole situation is trifling. They just wrong. All right. So the backstory about this: while I was in the middle of the getting a divorce, I found out not only was my husband at the time cheating, he was also with my best friend and his brother's girlfriend at the time. So now, now she's saying, now backstory, besides the cheating, there's a lot more to the divorce, but this was just a cherry on top. Now, I've always been friends with his brother, but never got too close. I always felt like he liked me, but didn't like me. His presence was always intimidating and cold until we started opening up to each other when I was going through the divorce. Once I found out my husband's infidelity, especially with his brother's girlfriend, one night I decided to invite him over and we hooked up. We continued to hook up, but now we are sharing that we have feelings. I want to make things more serious and turn our situationship into a relationship, but he does not due to family dynamics. I want to know if I should continue hoping that he will change his mind or just move on.
Move on, girl. Move on. Because, baby, he just did that for the plot and you was the thought. Because he's still mad at the brother. And so he catching feelings because he having fun. But you need to run. No pun intended.
You know it's the truth. He had to be plotting on that girl the whole time. Either he really wanted to hurt his brother or he wanted her the whole time. Because what is that? And of course he doesn't want to bring you to the front. Girl, you sitting over there.
Yeah, because what we going to do at the Thanksgiving dinner?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you gotta deal with your ex-husband for the rest of your life. You don't have kids, so you can walk away peacefully at this time. But now you want to bring the brother into it. You're going to see him at the dinner table every holiday.
Family. Yeah, she shouldn't even want to be in that family. You need to figure out what happened to them when they was younger and why they doing that.
They are super messy. Because are you serious? You going to start messing around with the brother? So what? Were you checking him out this whole time too?
And
Talk about he's always been cold to me.
Right.
Yeah, that means
girl, bye.
Twisted. You need to go find somebody else.
Oh, Lord. I can't stand
none of them will ever respect her. Hell, she ain't even gonna respect herself.
No.
The whole situation was trifling. The brother sleeping with the brother's girlfriend. Now he don't want to sleep with his ex-wife. Now,
y'all all got some. See, they all need therapy.
Yeah, they do need therapy because they talk about a family dynamic. That's all kinds of fucked up. That's all kinds of messed up. Because what is that? What is that?
Who does that? And then actually think it's gonna work out. I mean, I've seen it before, but it's like, come on now, that's like very rare.
No.
And then it's slightly polygamy, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they swapped.
That ties in.
They swapped. No.
That ties into our topic at hand today, which is the main topic, but Scrolls therapy, it kind of kicked in and stayed a little longer. But yeah, family dynamics. How did you navigate family dynamics is the topic.
Wow. So this is going to be a deep one. Yes. All right. Well, I'll start off with the first question, and then whoever wants to answer, whatever, y'all let me know when we go to the next one. But this is for, the collective, right? What's something you wish you could tell your younger self about family roles and boundaries?
Ooh, that's a juicy one. If I could talk to my younger self, I will let myself know that family can be messy. Family can be jealous. Family will get all in your business if you crack open an inch just because they want to know all about what's going on in your little corner. I would never have expected to be the center of family gossip their only excuse is because if I wouldn't have been doing the things that I did, I wouldn't have had to be reprimanded, talked about, or whatever. Rather than encourage me or try to keep it just in the family, having a one-to-one talk, you would rather expose me. I That's something that I never got about quote unquote family in the toxic sense, because there's good family, but when they cross that boundary, that line, number one, you're telling me that you haven't even gotten to know me, even though I'm your family member. If you ever felt the necessary need to approach me that way, um, I think that especially when it comes to older family members, you should have some decorum or some sense of how to handle the situation without letting it get that messy. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Bama.
Um, what I would tell my younger self would be, let your voice be heard.
Mm.
Speak up when you even when you feel like you're invisible in the room.
Wow.
Oftentimes, I felt like I was invisible, like nobody saw me, and my opinion never mattered. Um, I would tell myself to live your life for you, even though you have these family that you love. Their love might not be the same. So start doing things for yourself. Focus on yourself before you can help somebody else.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that.
Agree. That was deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you, Tab?
Yeah, I think to kind of sum it all up, what I would have told my younger self, or what I would tell my younger self, is recognize the good family versus the bad family, but also just observe and learn as much as possible. Learn about yourself, learn about, your family, right? But I've always been an advocate for speaking up, like the song says, lift every voice and sing. Everybody's got a voice, everybody's got a sound, right? Everybody's got the right to say what they need to say and speak up for themselves. And so I feel like oftentimes when you're a kid and you're growing up, you're not respected as an individual. You're looked at as a child that's being trained up, and not really as a child that's learning as they're being trained up from um, everyone around them, not just the people that actually birthed them or whatever. And so I feel like when you recognize yourself and you observe and you learn, you can recognize what boundaries, you need to have. And maybe even as a kid, you might not even understand what boundaries are. So I'd probably be asking, what is boundaries? But you also have to acknowledge your story and your journey without shame. And so knowing who your family is, who the good and the bad is, will often trigger some things in you, right? And make you question things and make you feel like, since this is unconventional, is it normal? Is it wrong? Or is this right? Because the way I am or the way I love, the way I express, it's different, right? And sometimes you get suppressed when you're a child. And so I would just say, rise up, stand up, speak up for yourself, stand up for what you believe in, even if it's confusing or even if you got to do it alone. Because oftentimes as a child, you're not respected. You're not. They don't really go to the youngsters all the time, not like they do now for the knowledge or even for guidance. And I feel like even our parents need guidance from us, and they learn from us, just like my kids are teaching me and guiding me and teaching me things I didn't know I needed to know, right? So that would just be my way to sum it up. Trust your evolution, trust the process, and trust that chaos is sometimes part of the transformation. And so life and family can be chaotic, but stay rooted and grounded in what you believe in and take that with you along the way through life's journey, so that when you're an adult, you don't have as many issues dealing with people and family, because you already know who you are and you're confident in that, and you're not gonna let anything, interfere with that. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's just my take on that.
Yes.
Like, like that.
Yeah, me too.
Um, any questions or comments before we go to the next question?
I don't see any comments.
Okay, I
No,
don't see
doesn't
anything.
look like anything in the comments.
All right, cool. So, number two, how do you protect your peace when dealing with relatives who may be triggering? So, when you're dealing with family that can oftentimes be triggering, how do you deal with that?
Um, I don't always do it the healthy way personally, but I isolate. I walk away because I don't like to fight. Even though there have been fights in my family when they have just pushed it too much, I like to step back and just breathe. Um, or I just completely avoid that person if possible, unless it's the drunk uncle and there's no way you can avoid that drunk uncle and he comes and finds you. I don't know how to handle that one yet because you still meet them at the family reunion. You love them, but Lord Jesus. But yeah, no, the sometimes I've learned to make amends with some people depending on how close I am with that family member. If I'm not close with them, we basically walk past each other without speaking. Hate for it to be that way, but that's just how it is sometimes. You gotta learn how to live with one another, even though you're not, necessarily in the same spaces all the time.
Okay, like that. For me, you speak on the drunk uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I personally rather be around the drunk uncle, and I say
Right.
that because they are the ones that's keeping it 100, being
Right.
themselves, being authentic every time you see them. Whereas you have some family members that want to be all high and mighty, faking it and doing
Right.
all this weird stuff, but judging the next one. So I prefer to be around that drunk uncle. Um, I kind of, like I said, I didn't have a voice growing up. So now my piece is telling you how I feel and then backing up and walking away.
Right.
That's my piece. Because I'm grown now. You're not going to play with me.
Mm. Okay.
Well, what about you?
Yeah, that part. Okay, so I can. I'm gonna give you three negatives. I'm gonna give you three positives. Okay, so let's just go on and hit you with the negatives. So I'm probably gonna start sweating. Probably gonna start cussing. Then, yeah, I don't know. That's probably where it's gonna stop, and then I'm gonna exit left. Um, Positive wise, I've learned to detach, disconnect, and separate myself because I don't like when I allow other people to bring negative, toxic emotions out of me, right?
Yeah,
Because
get that.
ultimately, at the end of the day, it's my responsibility, right, to control myself. And so that's why I'm heavy on protecting my peace lately, and why you don't really see me much unless it's on one of these damn screens. Because
Well,
I don't like to fool with too many people, let alone family. When you have family that is so judgmental, miserable, frustrated with their own lives, their own journeys, and their own past, there's
mm-hmm.
no way that they can fathom or even try to understand yours. And then on top of that, when they try to be negative to the point where they want to tear you down, drag you down, and voice their opinion on every aspect of your life, why would I make myself feel obligated to be around that? So yeah, I will definitely, retreat and separate myself. Whether that's a good thing or not, I've learned that you could you can allow pressure to burst pipes. You can pop off all the time. You can go off. You can cuss. You can throw shit. But in all reality, it's like people are gonna do what they want to do and say what they want to say. And ultimately, it's up to me to control myself, my responses, my reactions, and not everything even needs a response or a reaction. So I've just learned to, like when I say not everybody deserves a seat at the table of you or with you, I mean that. And I don't care if there's blood, if there's money involved. I know what loyalty looks like and I know what it feels like. And I've learned to not give everybody access. As crazy as that seems, yeah, I'm on all these socials and things like that, but um to know me is to love me, and if you know, you know. And I don't play about me. I don't play about my kids. I don't play about my family. I don't play about my money. And so I'm gonna stay in my own lane and do what I'm supposed to do, and I expect other people to do the same. But if you can't, all I can worry about is what I can do, and what I'm not gonna do is worry about what I can't control and who I can't control. So that's that for me. Like, I guess the other third negative thing would be is my detachment level is I could separate myself from you for a decade, 20 years, and still be fine. So it's really up to you how long or how valuable I am in your life.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Mm.
It ain't nothing to cut them off.
Not
Come
at
on.
all.
It
Oh
I
ain't
yeah.
got
nothing to cut
claws of a
that chick
crab, right?
off. Hey, oh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Family, them sometimes they make you want to cut them off. Like it's
Yeah,
sad.
Oh
and sometimes
yes.
it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary. We have to be careful to not be so loyal and be so there for everybody that would not do the same thing for you. And I feel like a lot of people take advantage of that and they use that as a hall pass. Oh hey cuz we fam. Okay, well where was you at cuz
Right.
fam when it really mattered? And it's like, no, I don't
Mm-hmm.
need that fake love from you, and I damn
Right.
sure don't need it from Bobby Ronnie from around the corner. So miss
Come
me
on.
with all that. Miss me with all that. Cause I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely gonna give you what you give me. So yeah, no, I'm not going to the family reunion. I'm no longer going to exude or put myself in a position to where I'm uncomfortable or I'm frustrated or I feel attacked or I feel like I can't be in a comfortable position around family. I'm not going to be around them just like I wouldn't be around a bunch of strangers. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no. Mm-mm. I'm
Right.
done with that. I'm no
No.
longer gonna, just go above and beyond for people that don't go above and beyond for me. And I'm the only person that goes above and beyond for me.
Yeah, no, you gotta set those boundaries or else people will run over you and use you.
Right.
Set those boundaries.
I
And
agree.
family will be the first ones to drag you down if you allow them to. So it is
It.
what it is, but it's also what you
Mm-hmm.
make of it. So it's like, you know what, boss up, rise up, and keep it moving. Because everybody don't want to see you win, and that's including family members.
Come on.
Right about that. All right. Last question.
What does chosen family mean to you, and how does it relate to blood relatives?
Chosen family. That's something I learned to do in my 20s when I really felt isolated at this particular time in my life. Um, chosen family means like Tabitha, for example, back in 2016, messaging me out of the blue, just asking me to go on a trip somewhere. My family wasn't doing that, outside of my dad, who doesn't travel. So, he gets an excuse. Me and my mom, we can't travel together for too long because we argue a lot. Me and Tabitha, we met at LAX, not LAX, I'll take that back, in Las Vegas, and spent a few days together. And since then, have gone on several trips together. Whether it's domestically, we're flying somewhere. We haven't flown anywhere in a while, but all that aside, going on a cruise together, um, to have a semblance of family in this friendship, this sisterhood, means a lot to me compared to other family members who simply want nothing to do with me because of what they heard about me. Don't know a thing about me but what they've heard from other family members. I don't have time to sit over here and do character assessment, try to prove to you that I'm worthy of your time and your space. No, I've learned how to be alone, how to love myself, because if can't nobody else do it, I can do it, and to make friends, my family. You go out and choose your family. There's nothing wrong with that. If these people are going to support you and love you in the way that you need to be nurtured, there is nothing wrong with going out and creating your own chosen family. If it means it's less stress, you got all of that weight off of your back. Like Bama said, you feel seen versus being in a room full of your own family members and you're invisible. I much rather choose family that I can be completely transparent with, and I'm not transparent around them.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with everything you said on that point. But I guess I was thinking when you said chosen family, I kind of thought you meant like the family members that everybody want to praise and feel like they are the chosen ones.
Mm.
I mean, you can read it in that context too. It's
The
however it
English
applies to
language
you.
will have you tripping. I guess you can look at that both ways, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I feel like every family has those people that feel like they are the chosen one, or everybody praise them because maybe they're doing better and doing all this and doing that or whatever.
The
But I feel
golden
like they
child.
only do that. They only do that because they want to see what they can get out of that person.
Mm.
And when that person stop doing what they want to do, they want to go to the next person in the family and see what they can get out of that one. And
Mm.
then that person will become their chosen one or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that a lot on both sides of my family. It's like, and if anybody see this and you feeling some type of way about this, I'm probably talking about you.
If the
So
shoe fits.
yeah,
Okay, wear it, because them toxic beneficial relationships, it shows. There's signs. And so yeah, there's the chosen ones. Like, I'm the rebel of the family. I'm the outcast. Like, I wasn't
Yeah, the
supposed to,
black sheep.
I was supposed to go in the
Mm-hmm.
military. I was never supposed to marry a white man that didn't have no money. So it's like, regardless of what my how I've accomplished, things in my life and what I've done, people will judge you and treat you some type of way because they can't benefit from you. Because it was nice when you have all this extra income and we can go out shopping and I can buy you things, right? But you don't really want to fool with me or F with me because I don't have nothing to give you. And that's cool. And it's going to stay that way too. Like, I don't want to have relationships with anybody that's transactional or beneficial like that. That's crazy to me because I don't know if God sent you into my life for a reason, a lesson, or a purpose. But I know it didn't have nothing to do with checks and balances like that. So if you that type of person or you that family member, I'm already peep game and I'm gonna stay away from you. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
will definitely cancel plans and go the opposite direction and go the road less traveled before I sit somewhere in an uncomfortable, miserable position and I know I don't want to be there. I cannot do that again. I cannot allow myself to keep wasting time that is literally borrowed that I don't know when the clock is gonna run out, wasting it on time for people that don't really want to be in my life, when there's people that chose to be in my life, chose to come into my life when I was pregnant, when I had my babies, and throw me baby showers. My family didn't step up and do those things, right? And so it's like, if you show me your love language and your love language is cooking for me or doing things like that, I'm going to respect that and reciprocate that and show you how I reciprocated that and show you how much I appreciate you. Whether that's family or friends or relatives or not, people need to be more grateful and accepting people for who they are and their differences and respecting and accepting that, hey, we're all different, but hey, we all got boundaries. We all need this a basic level of love and respect and kindness. And I feel like I said, family, they feel like they get a pass to treat you like shit or talk about you, and it's just like, oh, but if I was to say that to you directly to your face in response, oh, I'm disrespecting you and I'm cussing you out because you seem to forget that I'm a grown woman who has opinions and feelings and freedom of speech. Like, I don't understand.
Right. Yeah, no, that's unfortunately a part of family. They want to keep you in their box that they created around you, and they don't want to let you out because then they can't control you. That's always a means of control, and that pisses them off when they can't sit over here and say, "Oh, you're gonna do what I say." No, no, I'm not. I'll kindly exit left and go about my business. And don't get mad when you don't hear from me, like you said, in 10 or 20 years.
Yep.
Because I'm protecting my peace.
Exactly.
That's the only mandatory minimums I'm going to be, dealing with. And that's protecting my peace and securing the bag and minding my own business.
Yep. Yep.
Amen.
Minding the business that pays me.
That's
You
it.
ain't putting that money in my pocket. I ain't got nothing to do with you, baby.
That's it. That's
Thank
it.
you. Just like now, I just know it's gonna be. It's probably drama already now. With the whole GoFundMe for New York Fashion Week and everything, and it's just like they'll talk about you, but they ain't gonna invest a damn dime. They'll spend hours gossiping and talking.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't do anything to actually support you or like vote for you. Free stuff. Free to tap on the screen. People don't want to do that. And that's fine. Stay over there and let somebody else who wants to, let them step up and do what they need as far as, they chose to step up and be in my life. You chose to step out of it. Stay over there then.
Bottom line, and accept the ones, or rather turn to the ones that have been supporting you the whole time. Let those people talk, because that's what they're going to do. Whether you're rich or famous or broken poor, they are always going to talk about you or have something to say. So you keep doing you.
They're going to talk about you whether you're doing bad or good. So just
regardless.
Do you.
Yep. Ooh, some people's toes are going to be stepped and hurt and crushed on this one right here, y'all.
So, well.
That's all right.
Real, raw, and uncut. This is what we got to
exactly. All of that. With that being said, Tab, I know you just mentioned it. You said it kind of quickly, but go ahead and plug your information that you need to go ahead and plug so it can get out.
Y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us for episode 7. My name is Tabitha. You can follow me on TikTok at Tabitha Lynette69. Y'all know I am a Cancer, so that's where the 69 comes in. But yes, I want y'all to, remember to tune in with us on every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Lemonade, all of that. Y'all make sure y'all follow me and check out the second link in my bio on TikTok. I have a once in a lifetime opportunity coming up to walk as a VIP guest in New York Fashion Week in September. So we have some tickets to be sold. They are $65 each. I know that is a steep price because I know, it costs about $60 to fill up my van. So if you want to donate, $5, $10, I don't care. Just help me get to New York. So, Aaliyah, Bama, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. And thank y'all for joining us for the Mosaic Union Podcast, episode 7. Aaliyah, you want to drop your socials, boo-boo?
Yes, Miss Model, Miss Future Model. Hi, guys. My name is Aaliyah Lane. You can follow me on my socials at Aaliyah Lane. You can find me on TikTok at Aaliyah Lane. You can find me on Instagram. Now that I have a verification badge, my official name has a blue check mark by it.
Wait, hold on now. You don't got famous?
No. No, I have not got famous. I went through the Meta Verify program.
I thought that's what the blue check mark mean. You don't got famous.
No, I'm not famous. But I do have a blue check mark now just to show that I'm official on Instagram. So if you see that, that is my official page. I also have a Facebook with the same name, Aaliyah Elaine. And you can also find me on the Mosaic Union Podcast, also on all the socials, including YouTube. With you wonderful people, please like, share, and subscribe. And Vanna, I'll shift it over to you.
So all I got is TikTok, y'all. I got TikTok, and TikTok. I got the Mosaic Union Podcast TikTok. I got the Bama 24 pick TikTok, and I got Toothless Gambino, my little sidekick over here, alter ego. So y'all, I just dropped 2 videos today. Y'all go check those out.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to figure out which one of those is going to be my mod, so I need you to decide which Bama I'm going to follow.
Right.
So I can remove it. Because in the new month, I had to do some cleaning and some, removing.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here again. So we out of here. See y'all
Bye,
next week.
y'all.
Bye, guys.